everybody else. I want you to really listen. The reason why I need you to listen so bad is because this is every single nurse's job, to know diabetes, to actually know it. Not think it, not guess it, but to know it. So you have to listen. You have to understand that the understanding of diabetes starts with the understanding of digestion. And when we digest our food, it takes a certain route of directory all through the body. And it doesn't divvy up. It goes a certain place at a certain point at a certain time, and that affects your whole issue of diabetes. So we always say that you had to start with an understanding of what's called macronutrients. Do not bother to write it because, again, it's in your Oh My God packet. Half of this shit is written for you. So in the Oh My God packet, you'll see in the nutrition section that it says macronutrients. So don't even look. I'm just trying to tell you it's there because it's going to make too much noise. So here we go. There are 3 macronutrients. They include carbohydrates, fats, and protein. You need all 3 to live. Each one plays a different role. Carbohydrates digest the fastest. Fat takes the longest. So when you're looking at these 3, it's the carbohydrate that gives you your energy. Baby girl said it yesterday, Donna. So it's the carbohydrate that gives you your energy. It is the protein that backs that thing up. And it is the fat that helps your brain develop and provides a lot of nutrients just even for your skin, okay, sub-Q fat and all that. So you do need all 3. However, the patient that is a diabetic has difficulty metabolizing all 3 because the metabolism of all 3 of those takes place in the presence of insulin. Insulin helps us break down the carb into the energy we need. Insulin helps us store the carbohydrate as glucose for use in the muscles protein. Insulin helps us take the glucose stored in the body as fat in times of fasting and starvation. Insulin does all of that, and it starts with digestion. Now, so we always say we're going to start digestion with like a Big Mac type of thing because it has all the nutrients. I could have used a pizza, could have used a Big Mac, whatever. Now, there's hardly any nutrients in a Big Mac, but we're going to use it anyway because it's simple. When I taught nutrition, I don't like boring classes, so what I would do with you guys is I would make you cook or bring in something. And we had 2 partners at a time. It was called Good Cop, Bad Cop. And we didn't even use the book. We just understood it better when we cooked. So the good cop had to bring in a good food product that represented whatever vitamin or nutrient. And then the bad cop had to bring in some delicious shit that was bad for us. So we're just going to keep it bad for us today. So we got a Big Mac. You would agree the bun is a carbohydrate. The burger is a protein. The fat is all of it. I mean, the fat... every bit of it. Now, the fat is the sauce and the cheese and all this crap. Okay, so that's good. Now, when we start digestion, again, you're only listening. When we start digestion, we take a bite of the Big Mac. And the very first process in digestion having to do with the mouth is the fact that when you took that bite of that Big Mac, you masturbated it. Trying to see if you're paying attention. What did you do? Y'all so nice. Okay, Freaky Friday. So we masticated the Big Mac on this test. We masticated it. Okay, we chewed it up. That made our salivary glands produce amylase. Amylase is needed to break down which one of those 3? Carbohydrates. Excellent. So you started up in here in the mouth. That's why you had to know when people get oral cancers, this is going to be a problem because it's going to interfere with digestion. Okay? So now we took that bite of that Big Mac and we sent it down our esophagus. Agree? And then we did the Beyonce to the left and put it in the stomach. When it went to the stomach, how long did it sit? 4 hours. It sat there 4 hours and it mixed with something called hydrochloric acid. Oh my God. It mixed with hydrochloric acid for 2 main reasons. One of the reasons, obviously, because it is acid, was to kill the germs because you went to the fast food restaurant, y'all know who I'm talking about, that puts them gloves on, makes your little sandwich, takes the tomato, the little olives, the little whatever it is, everything, put on your sandwich, and then they take your money with the same damn gloves. That's where y'all went to get y'all food. Because you know why they did that? Because the guy that was supposed to help them on the food line called off. So they the only one there for the first hour. I hadn't heard it all. So you went to the fast food with this hot mess. Or worse, you went to a buffet. Lord knows nurses don't go to buffets. We get it. We know E. coli all up and around and through that. We get it. So we don't go to buffets. We'd rather kill ourselves. So, but you did that day because you was on some other shit. Okay, so you went to the buffet or the fast food restaurant where the gloves never changed hands and they never changed the gloves and they took money and food and everything else. And so what happened when you did that is you took in a great amount of bacteria. Ordinarily in healthy people, that is not a big deal because you have healthy amounts of hydrochloric acid and it breaks down that germ and nobody cares. But who has decreased amounts of hydrochloric acid? Your elderly. They're at risk for food poisoning, aren't they? Okay. Now, so we in the left. We over here in the left. We hanging out for 4 hours. In fact, one of the food groups, that nutrient thing, that macronutrient, might hang out a little longer. Who is that? Fat. Takes a lot longer to digest. Somebody else might be gone a little sooner. Who is that? Carbohydrates. Fastest to metabolize and digest. Okay, but overall it's a 4-hour rule. You agree? This hydrochloric acid under the 4 hours has another role to play. It's going to help you absorb 4 nutrients. I swear to God, I'd write this one down. The 4 nutrients that the hydrochloric acid is going to help you absorb is calcium, vitamin D, B12, and iron. Those are your 4 nutrients that start absorption in the actual stomach. Okay, back to pins down. That was enough. You got off on that. That's good. Y'all feeling better now. I see you look all relieved and shit. You was able to write some shit. Okay, y'all taking a long time to write 4 fucking things. Okay, let's go. Pin down, Candace. Now, once our body has gone through that 4-hour process, the food moves where? Who is that in the back with their pen in their hand? The food goes where? It makes a right turn. Baby girl, remember she took me for her LPN. It makes a right turn into the small intestine. It's made of 3 parts. What is the first part of the small intestine? Duodenum. Excellent. Oh, y'all on y'all best behavior. Maybe it's because I'm on TV. I don't know. But anyway, so the duodenum is going to start absorbing all of the food that we have, but it's going to need a little bit of help. Now, between the stomach and the duodenum is something called a pyloric sphincter. This pyloric sphincter, rather small, is going to slowly, deliberately, methodically, and on time, but slowly is the key, deliver food to the duodenum. When we do bariatric surgery, we cut that part out and then you dump your food into the duodenum. That's called dumping syndrome. So that's what that is when we do bariatric surgery. Now, we ain't did no bariatric surgery, so we still just delivering food slowly but surely into the duodenum. It's during this time that the duodenum says, hey, I sure do appreciate this, but I need some help. I need some help from my neighbors in order to really process all this food. And I got good neighbors, sort of like my street. I've been on my street for 20-some years. So all of us know each other. We borrow the ketchup. We did, you got some powdered sugar over there making a cake, yada, yada, yada. So we do that, okay? It was so ghetto one season. I had my daughter, who was just here a minute ago, I had her go over there. I can't find the broom. Go across the street, get Angie's broom. Don't ask. And I don't even get Howard drink. I don't know. So where the broom, I don't know. But anyway, so we need neighbors. Neighbors. Upstairs neighbor is a pancreas. We talked about that. We had you do glass. We said upstairs neighbor was a pancreas. On the right side of the small intestine is the liver. We discussed that. Who lived behind the liver? The gallbladder. You need all three to help process this food. So this is how it goes. And now I would definitely begin writing because we're into our diabetes talk. Hey, pancreas.